Um, a nonprofit taking care of dogs in Ukraine's Chernobyl exclusion zone are trying to solve the mystery of why some of the canines have turned completely blue. Dogs of Chernobyl, which is affiliated with Clean Features Fund charity, said workers were out trying to trap dogs to be spayed and neutered in the Chernobyl area recently when they spotted the unusual colored canines. We are on the ground now catching dogs for sterilization, and we came across 3 dogs that were completely blue. The Clean Feature Fund said in Instagram post, "We are not sure exactly what is going on." The approximately 700 dogs living in the Chernobyl exclusion zone are descendants of the pets abandoned when the area was evacuated during the nuclear power plant meltdown in 1980. I get that was a shitty thing happening, but if you didn't go and get your dog, fuck you. I hope you got a 5th arm that can only punch you in the genitals.
Wow.
I do have a picture of one.
You have a picture of Blue?
Yes.
He is always baked. Morning sun shining, we can't be late. Coffee brewing, tunes on the go. Knock knock, it's the Todd Joe Morning.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and germs, to the 2025 Todd and Joe Morning Show Post-Halloween edition. I think you can tell what I am, but so Todd's costume, well, his family costume was quite awesome, if you ask me. Todd, you can explain it.
So technically the shirt that I got, or that she got for me to wear, it was completely wrong when it showed up, but it showed up Friday. So I had to take another shirt, a white shirt that I have, which I don't own a lot of white shirts at all. I think legitimately 1 to 2. And I flipped that inside out because this other shirt was white, but it was almost laced. It fucking nothing she showed me the picture of what she ordered, and it was the complete opposite. So it was nothing that we'd wear ever again for anything.
I don't know. Maybe you should just start wearing lacy blouses like Meatloaf.
No.
You could pull it off, buddy. You have the complexion
and mashed potatoes, but no meatloaf. And then,
but I would do anything for love.
I won't do that. The hat, I wouldn't have been able to wear. It's a fez, so I couldn't really wear that.
I mean, if you angled your headphones kind of back a little bit, you might be able to pull the fez.
They would have had to been back here, because the fez sits here,
right?
So it just wouldn't have worked. So the tie is what you get. You get me in a fucking Ghostbusters t-shirt wearing a red tie. That's not even a real tie. It's just a...
But for any of those who are wondering what he was, they did the Indiana Bones again for Indy.
And that was the first time. We've never done it for him.
I thought there was a thing where he was dressed up as Indiana Jones. You saw me pictures before, or did maybe just
when the Bones coffee came out with all the that wasn't Halloween. That was just...
I thought it was just an old Halloween picture.
Nope. Actually, we dressed him up just to put him next to Bones Coffee to tag them in it to say, "Hey, look at our dog. He's next to your coffee." So that technically, in these 6 years we've had him, was the first time we've dressed him up.
And then Kenny was short round.
Yep. That was all. She made the hat, she's like, I wasn't going to fucking spend $30 on a Yankees hat. So she bought a fucking just plain hat and painted the brim and then painted the Yankees shit on there.
So
the
that actually,
the pants were off Amazon.
So that actually leads me into something there, because some might say Kenny's costume might have been culturally insensitive. Okay. A white actor portraying an Asian actor.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, he was portraying kind of half white with his Yankees hat.
But so that topic actually leads me into our first segment for today. We have the most controversial costumes of this year. And leading it off the pack is Zombie Charlie Kirk.
I saw
They're
that.
saying it's Tuesday. Okay. And then that
Not too soon.
your significant other should probably not play Charlie Kirk's assassin.
No.
So they're saying that people may have a little bit of outrage from this. The next one would be an ICE agent. That might go off wrong at certain Halloween parties.
That
You
or
might get some
might
people
mistaken. You might get mistaken for an actual like ICE agent.
Well,
and
that's what
somebody
I'm
might just
saying.
take you
I
or
could
somebody
see
might
some
take you out.
frat parties going on in college. Somebody rolls up as an ICE agent. You may have a few students running very quick.
Yeah. Or just somebody getting their ass beat for no reason.
And then we have Mr. Sean Combs himself, P. Diddy.
See,
Don't
that's just
go
funny,
as
and nobody should be offended by that. That's just funny because he's a fucking scumbag.
The missing Epstein files or the guest list to the island. Which honestly could be a very, very funny costume if you got like one person as like the envelope and then like you open it up and then it's just a list and people can write their names on the list. That could be a kind of funny costume. Or am I just fucked up?
You could go deeper into it and pull from many worlds and have some offshoot of Chris Jericho.
Jericho's the list.
Epstein
I was thinking the same
as the list and shit. So there you go.
There would only be a very, very small percentage of people who would understand that costume. It'd be like you, me.
Would be awesome.
Yes. The next one on the list is don't go as Gabby Petito. I agree with that. Don't go with a murder.
I don't know who that is. So
she's that girl. Her and her boyfriend would drive around the country and taking like, they did like YouTube videos, and then he killed her, and then came back and was like, I don't know where she is.
Oh, that was like a couple years ago, right?
Yep.
Okay.
They're saying don't go as a freed terrorist hostage.
That's probably no.
Next one is Ed Gein. Don't go as Ed Gein. And I know Charlie Hunnam has really made Ed Gein sexy, but there is nothing sexy about Ed Gein or Mother. Have you watched that?
No.
I watched like the first half of the first episode, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good on this. It's disturbing. And with that being said, don't be a victim of Ed Gein. Okay? Don't go skin yourself or skin somebody else to wear their skin. We don't condone that in any way.
Winter clothing fucking solution for the year.
The next one is a bottle of Tylenol. And don't take Tylenol if you're pregnant, please. It's not a good thing.
God.
Luigi Maggioni. Speaking of pharmaceuticals, I know a lot of you ladies think he's super sexy, but yeah, it's not a good idea.
No.
Don't go as Kanye West. And especially don't go as Kanye West wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt. That probably isn't going to be. Some of these are just stupid. Like Coldplay Kiss Cam cheaters? Like, why is that even like...
Because that was such a huge fucking thing.
I get that, but why is that controversial?
Because he got caught doing what fucking thousands of people do like every day that aren't important, so they don't matter when they get caught doing it.
Right.
That's pretty much how I feel.
But like, I don't get why, like, say I showed up at a random Halloween party, why anybody would be like, oh, I can't believe you would wear that costume. Like, I get it if I rolled up there as like Charlie Kirk with a fucking hole in my neck. Like, I get why people would get mad, but I don't see why anybody would get mad at that.
I don't know. I would laugh at the Charlie Kirk thing. But regardless, yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just whatever.
All right, so with that being said, I haven't had much time to check out the periodicals this week, Todd. I was wondering if you might be able to hit me with something.
I can. The first bit of news I want to tell you. This just in, I have found the best place in central New York to get your high-quality cannabis.
Okay.
New York?
Dude, so like I went through a thought process as we were watching that movie. I'm like, it's kind of ironic I'm wearing a John Cena t-shirt for a weed commercial. And then I was like, we shot it the morning July 4th. So it was the American flag colors. That's why I was wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
So, big match, John. I apologize. I wasn't trying to.
Representing him in the marijuana, the reefer.
Yeah. I don't want to get a cease and desist letter. Actually, that'd be kind of cool to get one from John Cena.
T-Odd News, where the useless news comes first.
Okay, let's do it. We got one odd news and then a bunch of fucking world records, and two are kind of semi-ish, sort of Halloween, partially related, kind of. They have to do with pumpkins, so I include it. But first, some odd news. That was your odd news. A nonprofit taking care of dogs in Ukraine's Chernobyl exclusion zone are trying to solve the mystery of why some of the canines have turned completely blue. Dogs of Chernobyl, which is affiliated with Clean Features Fund charity, said workers were out trying to trap dogs to be spayed and neutered in the Chernobyl area recently when they spotted the unusual colored canines.
Can't imagine why Chernobyl has weird colored dogs.
Yeah. We are on the ground now catching dogs for sterilization, and we came across 3 dogs that were completely blue, the Clean Feature Fund said in Instagram post. We are not sure exactly what is going on. Local residents said the dogs had not been blue 1 week earlier. The approximately 700 dogs living in the Chernobyl exclusion zone are descendants of the pets abandoned when the area was evacuated during the nuclear power plant meltdown in 1986. Like, I get that was a shitty thing happening, but if you didn't go and get your dog, fuck you. I hope you got fucking like a 5th arm that can only like punch you in the genitals.
Wow.
I do have a picture of one.
You have a picture of a blue dog?
Yes.
Hit it on me, brother. Like, I know you're not a big comic person, but there's a character in DC called Beast Boy, but he's green. And he can, like, change in all these different, like, animals. But when he does, he stays, like, the animal stays his color green. That reminds me of, like, if I saw that dog, I'd be like, yeah, that's fucking Beast Boy. Like, yeah, that's crazy. And there's nothing wrong with them?
No. No, they're just blue.
I hope like somebody just didn't spray paint them and they're just not being stupid.
I think they could probably, I don't know. I'm assuming, it says, whatever here, blah, blah, blah. We do not know the reason. Most likely they're getting into some sort of chemical. Seem to be very active at this point. We've not been able to catch them. So that means that there's still fucking, some sort of fucking chemical in that area that's fucking with shit. It's just like,
that's crazy.
I mean, it was only 1986, so I mean, that wasn't just like, well, we spilled some chlorine into a fucking waterway, you know.
But they said the dogs weren't that color the week before. That's what kind of throws me off.
Well, that's where I think they were saying like they feel like they got into some sort of like chemical. So there's that. And then this next one starts our world records. I also have like a video of this one. For this one. It comes to us from across the pond. Across the pond, a British farm celebrated the life of legendary rock singer Ozzy Osbourne by breaking a Guinness World Record with a massive squash mosaic in the musician's image. Sunnyfields Farm in Southampton, England, arranged hundreds of pumpkins and squashes into an image of the Prince of Darkness, measuring 2,281 square feet.
That's huge.
Yeah, dude. The end result earned a Guinness World Record for the largest mosaic image. The mosaic was unveiled at a ceremony attended by Osbourne's wife Sharon and daughter Kelly. Osbourne, lead singer of legendary metal band Black Sabbath, died July 22nd at the age of 76. So this is like a video of them.
I feel like it was much like not that long ago. He died in July?
No, I don't think he did die in July. It was more recent than that.
I was saying, I thought it was like
August, maybe August, September. But
you keep reporting. I'll look.
well, I got to show you a video.
No, July 22nd.
Wow, and that went by quickly. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I just muted it because it wasn't like Black Sabbath or anything. You know, it was just kind of weird ass music. But also,
That's fucking cool.
Did they grow this year's fucking shit based on this? They couldn't have because they didn't know, until it happened in July. So it's just like,
Right. They probably just have those colors all the time.
It's insane, though.
That's wild. That's insane.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude.
That's
That
dope.
is crazy. So that's one.
Okay.
Let's see. Should I jump around? Yeah. So since we're just gonna keep going with our large gourd things, we will jump over to a same place. It's a pair of British brothers who have been growing gargantuan gourds for over 50 years finally broke a world record when they harvested a pumpkin that tipped the scales at 2,819 pounds and 4 ounces.
Wow.
Twins Ian and Stuart Patton of Lymington, Hampshire, the most English fucking place in the world, said they started growing supersized squash in their early teens. And at the age of 64, they finally harvested a pumpkin certified by Guinness World Records as the heaviest pumpkin of all time. The full
So it took them 50 years to get it right?
Yeah. This makes me wonder what they were planning on doing with this fucking pumpkin afterwards. This full-figured fruit, which the brothers named Muggle, also broke the record for the largest pumpkin by circumference at 21 feet and 3.8 inches.
Wow.
I have a funny feeling there's some holes in that pumpkin now, if you know what I mean. The vegetable was officially waved at the Wargrave Nursery Giant Vegetable Weigh-Off near Reading, England. The brothers said they were relieved the pumpkin was not damaged in the 2-hour trip from their property to the competition, but they have plenty of experience. Moving giant pumpkins is fairly easy as we've been doing it for many years. We have our big lifting rig and literally scoop up the pumpkins, Ian Patton told Guinness World Records. Sebastian Sutsky, a Great Pumpkin Commonwealth assessor and regular Guinness World Records consultant, performed the official measurements.
Yes, that's wild to have.
Pumpkin Commonwealth assessor.
Like, how proud are his parents?
Yeah, right.
Like, your son's a CEO? Guess what my boy does?
He's a Pumpkin Commonwealth assessor.
He's the Pumpkin King.
I was amazed to see this record come to the U.S., Sutsky said. This was massive news for the brothers who've been growing for over 50 years, but also for all British pumpkin growers. Ian and Stuart have always shared lots of tips for growing giant vegetables with me, so being the one to confirm their pumpkin record status was, from a personal perspective, extra special.
I wonder if this is like a big like subclass of Britain that like of pumpkin growers. Like, yeah, 30% of our agriculture exports are pumpkins. Like,
yeah, it's it's odd.
They make pumpkin growing some like it's an elite status in England. Like, fuck the Queen.
It might be. I mean, to grow a 2,000-pound pumpkin is pretty fucking impressive.
It's a big fucking pumpkin.
That really is. This is just crazy. I don't know how this even happens. I don't think I read the whole article, so maybe I'll find out as I read. That's what I kind of like to do. I read like the first like paragraph, and I'm like, yep, right. Good enough. An Australian surfer spent 8 hours, 5 minutes, and 44 seconds on his board to break the Guinness World Record for the longest time spent surfing a wave. Maximilian Neubach attempted the record at River Wave, a man-made... Oh, okay. I didn't know. A man-made wave that uses currents from nearby rivers to create a permanent surfing wave in Austria. Oh, it was Austria, not Australian. Sorry, Austria. Newbach spent 8 hours, 5 minutes, and 44 seconds surfing the wave without breaks, and even used a spoon to eat a cup of soup while continuing to surf.
That's
That's
kind of
showing
cool.
off. He broke the previous record set by Panama's Gary Savivdra, who spent 3 hours, 55 minutes, and 2 seconds riding the wave in the Panama Canal. See, that motherfucker did it in the goddamn Panama Canal. Newbach ended his attempt by steering his board back towards the dock and sliding off into the water.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's that. It's not
That's
as impressive
wild.
as I thought it was now.
I was picturing a dude out in the ocean for 8 hours surfing a
That's
fucking
what
wave.
I was thinking. I'm like,
And in my head, I'm like, holy moly. But still, like,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a feat, though.
Yep. So one more here. Guess
What we got?
what? It's a
Oh, no. Who is it?
Serial Guinness World Record breaker David Rush teamed up with another YouTuber to earn the title for the most hits of a person with water balloons in 3 minutes.
This guy, I hate this guy. I hate him.
Rush said he visited YouTuber Josh Horton's studio and teamed up with Carson Stalnaker, a member of Horton's team, who agreed to be the target for the lobbed balloons. Rush managed to throw 125 water balloons that burst upon contact with Stalnaker's body to successfully break the previous record of 114. I started launching balloon after balloon while he moved around, trying to get in position to pop as many as possible, Rush wrote in his blog. It was chaos in the best way. Rush said the attempt was approximately his 300th Guinness World Record title because he's a little pansy bitch that probably lives in his mother's basement and sucks on her teat. He previously explained exact numbers are difficult to express due to his old records constantly being broken and the waiting time between record attempts and official certification by Guinness World Records. Fuck this guy. Fuck the horse he rode in on. I hope he just gets herpes forever.
Wow.
Full body herpes. Then he could get the world record for the most herpes ever had by a person.
That's intense. Wow. So is that all of TI News?
Yeah, that's it for TI News.
All right. Wow. All right. Trivia time. I got some Halloween trivia for you. It actually ties into what we were just talking about with the pumpkins.
Nice.
The original jack-o'-lantern was a turnip. Before pumpkins, people in Ireland carved turnips and potatoes with creepy faces to ward off evil spirits.
Interesting.
Now, in the 1800s, when families all got sick, they were typically getting tuberculosis and dying.
That's terrible. I'm so glad I didn't live then.
But their reasoning back then was it was vampires sucking their blood and killing them. In Rehoboth, Delaware, if Halloween falls on a Sunday, it is legally celebrated on Saturday to keep the Sabbath holy. Do you know the original name to everybody's favorite Halloween candy they love to hate? Candy corn.
Yeah. Gross shit.
Was originally called chicken feed, and the bags had a rooster on them because corn was food for chickens, not people. Do you know what famous person died on Halloween in 1926? Harry Houdini.
Oh, that's creepy.
He was punched in his appendix, and it caused it to burst, and it killed him.
Who punches somebody in their appendix? Was he like Mortal Kombat shit?
Apparently.
Yeah.
In medieval times, bats showing up during a ritual were considered a sign of being a witch's familiar. Do you know what a familiar is? For those of you who don't know what a familiar is, it's an animal that is basically a spy for a witch. Trick-or-treating comes from a medieval begging tradition. Children once went souling, knocking on doors and offering prayers for the dead in exchange for food. Masks were originally for ghost protection. People wore costumes to disguise themselves from ghosts believed to walk on Earth on Halloween night. Do you know when it became mainstream for trick-or-treating and candy on Halloween? It was the 1950s. And before candy, people used to hand out baked goods, fruit, or nuts.
Interesting.
Presidents and guests have claimed to see Abraham Lincoln's ghost wandering the White House. So, certain flying potions were made from psychoactive herbs absorbed through the broom handles, causing witches to be flying. They were just getting high from the ointments they made. So they would hop on their broomsticks and think they were flying.
Have we ever talked about the whole witch trial shit? Like on the wet wheat or the moldy wheat?
You and I have not. Oh, I just kicked my camera.
Yeah, you did. Wrong way.
Yeah, there you go. I'll fix it.
Yeah, so how every year that there was like witch trials and witch hunts, it was like a wet year, and there's like a mold that grows on wheat that'll cause you to like hallucinate and shit. So every year, like that's what I'd have. I can't remember what it's called. So, which makes sense, like legitimately, like not even being funny, like that makes sense. If people were fucking hallucinating and not knowing they were hallucinating, they just thought they saw, fucking Mary Sue fly across the fucking shit, where all she did was like jump from her front step down to the ground just because she was playing and having fun. They saw her fly, like. So that does actually make sense, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. Like it's not that it's like a condonable thing. Like, yeah, you murdered a lot of people because of nothing, but it makes sense that if you're hallucinating, you don't know you're hallucinating. You're gonna think people are fucking witches.
Right. There's a real haunted island in Italy. Poveglia Island is so haunted it's illegal to visit. It's filled with plague pits and asylum ruins. I kind of want to go there. Black cats were once worshipped. Black cats were once worshipped in ancient Egypt, and they were seen as sacred protectors. But medieval Europeans flipped that into symbols of witch. The word witch means wise woman. It comes from the Old England wiki, meaning female of wisdom. Todd, do you know where and when the longest running Halloween parade started and still going to this day?
Idaho.
The Village Halloween Parade in New York City started in 1974 and attracts over 2 million people each year. Now, this is where things get a little sexy.
Ooh, sexy.
Yeah. So, you know the little game of bobbing for apples? Have you ever bobbed for apples, Todd? Well, it was actually a courtship game. And each apple represented a potential partner, and whoever apple you caught was your future match.
Like, was there like an opting out? Like, if you're like, oh no, like, I hate this bitch, or oh shit, that's my sister. Like, is there a fucking...
I don't believe so. I think you gobble what you gobble, bro.
Dude, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Kind of incest shit's going on over there.
Samhainophobia is the fear of Halloween.
What does it say, the fear of Samhain?
Yeah. Seeing a spider on Halloween means a spirit is watching over you. It's supposed to be a loved one's ghost checking in. And this one I believe we've probably talked about before. But the Mike Myers mask was actually an inside-out William Shatner mask.
Ha! Nice.
Yeah. I think everybody should know this. Count Dracula was inspired by Vlad the Impaler of Transylvania. In the 1800s, wealthy Europeans collected actual skulls as conversation pieces. A little bit of an icebreaker there. Oh, I didn't know this. Pumpkins are technically fruits.
Yeah,
they're in the same family as cucumbers and melons, not vegetables. Jack-o'-lanterns were named after a drunk. Stingy Jack was a man who tricked the devil and was doomed to wander the earth with a coal and a carved turnip. I didn't know that. Halloween was illegal in some parts of America. During World War II, sugar rationing and religious protests led to several towns banning it. And there's a village in France that celebrates Halloween all year round. In Saint Cric-la-Poppe, the locals host costume festivals and ghost tours year round. La Poppe. I kind of want to go there.
Where was that?
Saint La Poppe.
No,
All
there.
right, what's next, Todifer?
How about some weird sports?
All right, let's go. Sports. Let's go.
You want to go first?
Sure.
Do it. You won't.
My sport is worm charming.
What?
Yeah. This competitive sport involves charming earthworms out of the ground. Competitors get a set time period and a plot of earth, and they must charm as many worms as they can wither right up through the ground in that plot as they can. This can involve vibrating the soil, sprinkling the dirt with water or some other liquid, skeet skeet, or even playing music. It's England again. Worm charming. What do you got for me, Todd?
Well, you win this one for sure because mine is just, I guess, something that people know about that I've told people like this, and they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Weird." Underwater hockey.
I have seen that on there.
Yeah, see. Um, Underwater hockey, also known as octopush, is a non-contact sport played at the bottom of a swimming pool where 2 teams of 6 players compete to push a weighted puck into the opponent's goal using a stick. Players hold their breath for short dives to maneuver the puck, which then is propelled along the pool floor. The sport was invented in the 1950s to keep divers in shape and requires equipment like a mask, fin, snorkels, and a short stick.
I can play that.
Gameplay, it's pretty simple here. Teams, obviously 2 teams of 6, playing the area at a time with up to 4 substitutes. The objective, obviously, is to get a fucking goal. Duh. The play is player uses a short stick to push, slide, or flick the puck. How you flick something underwater is beyond me. They must hold their breath while playing, with dives lasting about 5 to 20 seconds. Start of play is kind of like hockey. They place it in the center of the pool. At a signal, players from both teams race, again in water, to gain possession of the puck. A typical game is 30 minutes long, consisting of 2 50-minute halves with a 3-minute break in between.
You gotta like stay in sync with each other, like
Yeah, you have to stay Backstreet Boys too.
ooh.
Play stops when a goal is scored, for fouls or for timeouts. So yeah, yours definitely wins. I just didn't know underwater hockey was a thing, but being a fucking worm charmer is just on a whole other level of craziness.
Yeah. And this isn't even like it's like one weird guy. This is like a competitive sport.
It
Ugh.
does not surprise me.
So I got a fun little video to show you.
Do you?
Yeah. So
Show me.
Maria at
Oh,
work.
I was going to go ahead. I forgot I was going to ask a question of something, but go ahead, and then we'll talk about something.
So her and her work friends, like their whole office does like the different departments do like this competition. So they did Golden Girls. And they shot some videos, and I remade the Golden Girls intro, but with them.
Do it.
All right, let me know if you can't hear it.
No, I can. No,
You can't hear it?
no.
We had this issue before, didn't we?
Yes.
What if I do?
See,
No?
like I can hear it, but it sounds like it's coming from like your speakers or something.
Huh. Well, I feel like we don't need the music that bad. We can just.
Yeah,
Am I still sharing the screen?
it says you are. Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
love it.
Stop sharing. There we go. Oh, and our screen stayed normal.
Nice. So I know I mentioned this in the chat. So there's like a kind of a backstory to this. I know I've talked about with this movie franchise. I put it in the chat, and I know you're kind of like bounce around with stuff. I don't know if you saw it. And my brother sent it to me because he's a really big horror fan, i.e., like him and his fiance just got married on Friday in the cemetery. So yeah. But so this Christmas there is another Return of the Living Dead coming out.
I saw.
Okay, did you watch that trailer?
I did not.
Okay, so I will show it to you. Now this is legitimately a sequel to the first Return of the Living Dead. This is set like 18 months after the first outbreak and blah blah blah. Like, so this is like a sequel, just fucking.
So you're saying it's a period piece?
Yes, it has its period. So I do have whatever. It's just a teaser trailer, but it's still a character that is very iconic to the franchise. But I was exposed to this movie at a very young age. Watching it now, it's not that bad. Watching it when you're like 7, it will fuck with you watching zombie movies at that age, especially with like Tarman fucking coming out of that shit. It was just, yeah, it's not good. So since you haven't watched it, it's a teaser trailer, but it kind of gives you an idea of things.
The fuck?
Tarman.
I know.
Yeah.
That looks wild.
And they all practical effects. I believe there is like no CGI in this movie.
That's crazy.
So they're just doing it like they did the originals. So it's all going to be.
I haven't seen that movie in fucking forever.
Yeah. Well, see, so that's the thing that about that series. Like, I watched that, the first one and the second one. The first one was like definitely had like that, little twist of like humor in a way, quote unquote,
Right.
to it. But it was supposed to be like a scary fucking like a horror movie, like it's zombies. It's not just like your new zombies, your 28 days or your fucking Zombieland zombies. These are legit like people that are coming back from the fucking dead. Like, and they are killing people who are reanimated, but like coming out of the grave type shit, To me, that's a lot scarier than people like Zombieland type zombies, but there's like 5 of them, I think 4 or 5 of those movies, so they started to just beat it to death. So that's where like I'm happy it's going back to like original.
It's a sequel to the original movie. It's kind of like what they did with Halloween.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's gonna be.
It looks good. Yeah, I agree.
So I think I'm going to save this odd laws things for next show since we've been going for like 45 minutes.
Sounds good to me.
So, but other than that, man, like, yeah.
Well, I hope.
Belated Halloween.
Yeah,
Time has changed. It's your first Monday of new time, dark early.
And the weather's gonna start sucking.
True, it's true. But
all right, guys.
Love y'all.
We will see you next week.
Peace out, everybody.